It's the sound of hockey.
Woohoo!
Right, here we are back once again, live from the concourse on, we got 2 games this weekend.
We do.
Right, and right now Brantford. I'm still getting used to that one. I almost said Hamilton.
The other Hamilton, yeah.
Right, but...
Well, it would be even worse if you were saying Belleville.
Right.
Because that's where they started off.
Right, good point.
I've been to all those barns, by the way.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I've been to Belleville.
And then you just went to Brantford, so you could keep the circle complete.
Absolutely. Needed to keep my...
some good experience for you. So how long did it take you to do that?
We were doing about 1 to 2 trips a year for probably the last 5 or 6 years.
All right.
Right, and there was a few one-offs. I mean, it was easy to go to London. It was easy to go to Windsor.
Oh, sure.
But some of the ones that we really enjoyed were a bit of a longer tour.
Sault Ste. Marie?
We used to, we've been to Sioux.
Yeah.
The food that we had that night was not great.
Where, at Sioux?
At the Sioux, yeah.
At the arena? Or
No. We went to a restaurant beforehand.
Oh, see, the problem is you didn't ask Danny Cacciamilio first.
No, this is your fair. True enough. Sorry, Danny. Next time we're going to go.
We're
going to be asking for your recommendations.
Right? Or he might have cooked it for you. He's a good cook from what I hear, too.
But I really liked Sudbury. Sudbury was awesome. They've got a bronze statue of Stompin' Tom Connors.
Oh, yeah, right.
They had a band out front and a big
cool.
blow-up Sudbury Wolf. It was amazing. Great time. Amazing fans. And then we used to really love doing the Ottawa, Belleville, Kingston run.
Right.
We've done that one
Lee
twice.
Baisley just did that recently,
absolutely.
Right? With his son and
wife,
but
he did Ottawa, Kingston, Peterborough, because Belleville's not there anymore. But Yardman Arena in Belleville was an interesting
Kingston's
part.
really nice. Well, I came back through Kingston last year on a motorcycle trip, and I'd never been there.
Yeah.
Of course, Ottawa, too, because it was on the way, right? And,
wow. Great cities.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Ottawa
Gorgeous.
was a blast.
I really enjoyed. I was only in Ottawa for like maybe a couple hours, so I didn't have. But Kingston, I spent a good part of the day there, and in the summertime too.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So beautiful. What are we talking about here? Traveling.
I don't know. Traveling to see the Sting.
Traveling to see the Sting. Well, and it's nice to see. There's a lot of loyal fans that do that.
100%.
I know, like I said, I mentioned Lee and his family and yourself, but there's quite a few actually that I know that Lee saw.
I took 10 guys to Brantford.
Yeah, right. So I heard about that.
Yeah.
After the fact.
Okay, so we're officially on air at the moment. You're invited to the next.
I was not.
Peckham, Sarnia Sting road trip.
No, you were not inviting me. Do you know why?
Why?
Billy Yurchuk already did.
Oh, did?
So,
okay, good.
Screw you, Peckham. Actually, it would be a lot of fun. I've only. All the talking I do, I've only ever been to Windsor aside from Sarnia Arena. I've been to Budweiser Gardens, but not for a hockey game.
Yeah.
There is discussion in the future of my career of me traveling and maybe doing something like this. So we'll see what that looks like.
It really is an experience because, you have to experience the whole thing. There are so many different styles and types of barns.
Yeah.
And the people are very different.
Oh, for sure.
My greatest story so far was Peterborough.
Yeah.
We got to Peterborough. Of course, we're all jerseyed up, and there's a whole bunch of us. And the seats that we purchased were right in the middle of downtown season ticket holder for the Pete's, right? So we're sitting there, we're surrounded by these enormous fans, and they're looking at us sideways and the whole 9 yards. And they look at us, and I'm like, what? He goes, you're going to kick our ass.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, what? He goes, did you travel all the way from Sarnia? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, let me buy you a beer.
Oh, cool.
It was
the kind of guy I want to hang with.
Awesome guys.
The guy I want to hang out with.
Peterborough was
Buy
amazing.
me the beer.
Anyway.
Sarnia Sting on the ice, practicing right now for the next 4 minutes.
Nice segue.
Let's, right. Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
It's tough right now.
What do you say right now?
Well, I mean,
absolutely.
we've had the conversation before about, these are kids and you're being too hard on them. Again, we reiterate, we're not here to be hard on anybody, but there is a truth cycle to all of this.
Yes.
You are playing the OHL. You do have an expectation.
Yep.
I will say, the last post-game press conference that we did, they come out and talked and said, no excuse. They had both the LeBlanc brothers out there, and they're like, we keep hearing this young team, and we've been saying it all season. It comes up every time. And they're like, but that is not an excuse for what's happening, which Al Letang has clearly stated as well.
Yep.
And they seem to be headed in the right direction after last week's game.
So I want to touch on a couple of quick things.
All right.
One is, for us as fans, and especially for those of us who are season ticket holders and have paid some good money to have a seat.
You pay to be here?
Yes, I do. And I do this for the exorbitant paycheck too, right?
I know. Next year will be better.
20% raise.
Right.
Across the board.
I'll give you a 50% raise.
You're the best. But, we do have an expectation.
Absolutely.
Of what experience we're going to have with our team.
For sure.
Right. And most of us are fiercely loyal, although I find Sarnia, you can see how the numbers, the attendance goes up when we're winning and it goes down when we're losing, which is unfortunate. But there is still a good-sized core of very loyal fans here in Sarnia.
I couldn't agree. I think you could walk around this city, walk into some stores and businesses and go, stink fan, stink fan, stink fan, and I think you would get a good day out of it.
I think you'd get a great day out of it. But you know what? We come here and we look at what we're seeing. Yeah. And frankly, we kind of question what's going on here. Yeah, Frank, he's a hell of a guy. But
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, Jay.
And I think we have the right to question, what's going on here.
Well, what do you mean? Like to a point.
Sure.
You're not allowed to walk in the locker room and go, listen.
Yeah, well, not yet anyway. But
that'd be the end of my career.
Wouldn't that be interesting, right? But
for sure.
But,
what's happening out there?
What's going on?
Well, let me tell you, this is, and this was not a setup by any means, but let me tell you, I went out to the Lambton Mall the other day. The Sarnia Sting were there all for the fans and lining up. And that's a great sight to see. Yeah. Still the engagement of the hockey players with the kids, and honestly, moms and dads too.
Oh, 100%.
And they were lined up. I was there about 4:30 doing some Christmas shopping, and about 5 o'clock I'm looking around, and there was already like 10 people sitting right there waiting to go first. And there was a really long lineup back to like the phone center, Kudo or whatever down the mall there.
If we'd had the hockey cards out, I would be standing in that line.
Well, there you go. But
anyway, continue on.
Just to the point of the support of the fans.
Yes.
And the players do appreciate it. But yes, there is some expectations.
Well, and I love the fact that the players and the team itself in general are so ultra community minded.
Oh, yeah.
They take a lot of opportunities to meet with fans.
For sure.
And to be with fans. I mean, I'm thinking about, the number of nights that they serve at the Boston Pizza, those nights. If you check the website, you can get the list of nights that they're
Still
there.
go to school, get good grades.
Absolutely. Go to school, get good grades and stuff like that. And all the stuff that they do with all the schools in town. And with kids.
They've got a great interaction with the schools in town.
And Santa Claus parade and stuff like that.
Tomorrow.
They're always in there.
I'll be live streaming it if you can't make it.
Absolutely. And, so they're definitely very active with the community, and I love that. This is one of the reasons why I remain.
But let me ask you this. Okay, we're going to have some fun. We've been doing this a few years. We're going to loosen things up a little bit more this year.
Here we go.
How far... And then I want to come back to the Lambton Mall because I had a conversation with Dylan Sika there. How far does the price of a ticket go, though, for a fan's expectation? You know what I mean? Because, sometimes I think, maybe we go, well, I need that autograph and I must have that. And it's like, is that a part of the ticket price?
No, I don't think it's necessarily part of the ticket price, but I think there's a certain expectation of what experience we're going to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Community side.
With the Sting. And
I think you sign up for that.
Sure.
I'm playing devil's advocate here.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I sign up for that. But, in as much as I support my team, I want my team to support me too.
Yeah, that's right.
And so there are certain expectations. I don't expect them to give me everything for free. I don't expect to win a contest every night. I don't expect to walk out of here with the 50-50 all the time.
Yes, you do.
Okay, you're right, I do. But on the other hand, I still keep coming back anyway.
Yes, that's right.
For some strange reason.
I just think sometimes, and fans are fans, and I'm not,
Oh, no,
but
they can be crazy.
Cow, sometimes.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Come on, I am season ticket holder, and I'm the, I get that.
There can be
Thank
a certain
you for that, right?
demandingness.
So let's just remember, it is a hockey game, and it is, it's an entertainment sport for sure. There's an entertainment value to it, I should say, not to take away from skills.
Yeah.
But yes, and we've heard the hockey mom stories and the
some
stories.
Fans are
right?
just crazy.
Yeah.
I remember when my buddy Jake used to be behind the visitors bench.
Well, there's crazy over in section 108 there too.
Yeah. His name's Peckham.
Right. Yeah. Peckham. That's what it is.
Exactly.
No, you're right. There's an expectation there. That's
sure.
kind of back to what we started talking here. I know we're going to get bashed or beat up for this conversation probably, but it's a fair conversation.
Do I like them when they're
But it's
winning?
especially a fair
Absolutely.
conversation because it comes up more in a time right now where a team like this is suffocating a little bit.
Yep.
And then the expectation of the fans feeling let down. And these are just human emotions, folks. I'm not saying you shouldn't feel that way, but it really but the fans got to bring the vibe too, right, to the arena, and especially when your team's down, that's when you should be cheering.
Absolutely. Certainly I would prefer that they were winning.
Yep.
But I will also be 100% supportive when they're not.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, especially if I see, I think the thing that for me that I find sort of most disappointing or not meeting my expectations is when I look at this team and I see the kind of talent, and we've seen the kind of hockey that they can play right from the start. And now we're in a 7-game slump.
Well, let me tell you. Let me see if I can fill in some of that.
You know what? That's just a little hard,
Yeah. At Lambton Mall there, Dylan Sika was there, and then Alan Latang was. I didn't get much of a chance to talk to Al as I would like to, but I had a really nice conversation for a good amount of time. With Dylan Sika, and without sounding media-like or whatever, he was kind of like, oh, come on, Burrows. But no, not really. He's fantastic, too. He's very approachable.
Yep.
But we got talking about, I said, like coming out the gate, like I've said many times, with that label of a young team, and they come out and so well, and they set that bar way up there.
Did, yeah.
I said to him, I know you can't plan this or do it on purpose, but wouldn't it have been better to just sort of come out the gate and then try to, and of course, you want to come out the gate as hard as you can every time.
But
once you set that level,
but I think
now you got to maintain it, and that's the expectation.
Yeah, and I think there was a lot of moments in there, and there was a real challenge with some leadership pieces because, we did have some guys go out on injury that were really sort of mission critical.
Suffered through that last season too.
Yeah, well, absolutely. We had that downtime when Dell was out, and we had a bunch of other guys that were out, and these were guys that played that leadership role on the team. I mean, I'm thinking this season, we were really missing Easton Wainwright when he was out for that little bit that he was not here.
Yeah, and even though he's back, I think he's still trying to get a little into the groove yet.
I think so, and I think we're just missing Dalen Moses. Roman Kuchenberg. I mean, these guys have played the lights out for us, and then they go out on injury. Now you're shuffling lines, and you're trying to figure it out again.
Trying to find the mojo.
Trying to find that mojo.
Yeah.
And you know what? We just haven't quite got it, but we know that the talent is
know
there.
that they're capable.
We know that the strategies are in place. We know that they have systems to fall back on. We just need that execution to kind of click in there, and I think we'll be right back where we wanted to be.
A little more in the conversation I had with Dylan was, trades. And, like what happened last year to what's happening now. And, he acknowledged that was, there was an all-in move there at the table. Was it the right thing to do? Maybe not. Like, we had a very good conversation. It was very informative. I appreciate your time, Dylan. There's strategies involved in that trading for sure.
Sure it
and
is.
there's conversations between the GMs around the OHL. And what do you think? There's a lot of respect for each other in that.
And it's that scouting team that really plays a critical factor
About
in there.
7 or 8 of them here tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
It was a nice conversation to get some insight on how the Sarnia Sting is thinking. 100%. And he said to me, he says, let me remind you, David, he goes, it's not just me, it's me and the coaches and the staff. There's other staff, and there are a lot of conversations that happen before a decision is made on to trade or not to trade, and what do we get for it? We talked a little bit about Benny Gaudreau. Was that the right time? And whatever you could,
I want to say yes to that.
You can always look back.
Yep, absolutely.
I think so too for multiple reasons,
time,
but. Your time is your time somewhere.
Yeah.
And it was no disrespect, but I love
No, absolutely.
It was just but it's business.
He did what he needed to do for our team. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he was terrific while we had him.
And he was welcomed back when he came here with
absolutely.
Theory. And there's a lot of respect.
He's, I think, going to do really well.
I've still seen Godreau jerseys here tonight.
Absolutely.
And we saw them at the Lampa Mall, too.
Yeah,
it was
100%.
great. So, wow. It's just been one of the most intelligent conversations we've had this year.
Wow.
Well, I don't know where I was. But
yeah.
All right, so there you go. We haven't even really. What are we here? What are we here for?
We're
Brantford's in the house of the
Brantford's
Sting,
in the house,
and they're doing significantly. I would say they're about. What do we say? 10 points ahead of us right now.
They're 10 points ahead of us.
Now let's very quickly. Then we're going to wrap up. And hey, how you doing? We've often, or at least I've mentioned many times, it's like when we play, hence to last week, when we play a really good team, we seem to do a heck of a lot better.
I agree.
When we play a lower end team, we suck.
Tend to be a little
sloppy.
Blunt. Yeah.
So I've got high expectations for this game tonight.
You know what? I think so too.
I do every game, but I think we got this one.
From a mindset perspective, I can only imagine our guys are like, look, this is a winnable game.
Hungry.
And we really need to put a win in our favor at this point. This would be a good team to do it against, And, I was in Brantford when we played Brantford in their home arena.
Okay, yeah.
And frankly, you know what? For a good portion of that game, it was good back and forth. We were there. We matched their intensity, and there were flashes of brilliance and moments where I thought, you know what, we're going to pull this out.
Yeah.
Now, that didn't end up being the case.
Well,
but we didn't also put in a full 60
that similarly game. When we played Guelph here.
Yep.
Top tier team there
100%.
as well. And we seemed to play. I thought that even though it didn't come out the way we wanted it, I thought we played a really good game against.
I thought it was a good
team
like a
Guelph.
good game to watch.
And
absolutely.
if you were going to win, I'd sooner win against a top team than a lower team, because I think that assists with bringing the confidence from here to here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're looking for tonight. I think, I think we can expect to see the Sting come out, with both guns blazing and, try to put up that first goal. And then ride that into, maybe a 1 or 2 goal spread,
Yeah, we need that lead, that insurance goal at least.
Yeah, if we can start off with the lead, I think that'll boost the confidence, and I think we can, we've got the skills to do it. So,
all right,
let's see what happens.
Your 50-50 is already up to $2,000.
It's crazy,
Just so
isn't it?
you know, you can go online and get your 50-50 tickets as well. Go to sarniasting.com to find out about that. Jay Peckham joining me for the rest of the broadcast here this evening. We're giving Lee Baisley a break, and we'll have post-game press conference as always. Sadly, I'm not going to make it here for Sunday. I'm not going to be here for the teddy bear toss. But
I'm going to be here.
Yeah, so he's going to do a live remote from his chair or something.
There you go.
I don't know,
Maybe.
whatever. All right, good chat, Jay Peckham, and thanks to all of you for watching. As always, do us a favor, click the share button so others can enjoy this broadcast as well, and make fun of me and Peckham. That's okay. Make fun of him anyway. We can take it. All right, 9 minutes away from the Sarnia Sting taking on the Brantford Bulldogs. I'm still having trouble saying that. I don't know why. Absolutely. Live from the Sarnia Sting concourse, I'm David Burrows and my friend Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!